You know, everything that Jesus said, everything that he did when he was on the earth was what he did it in direct obedience to the will of his Father. In fact, in John, you don't have to turn there, but in the book of John, chapter 9, verse 4 says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day, because the night comes when no man can work. And then later in John, verse 10 and chapter 10, verse 10 and 11, it says, the thief comes not but to kill, to steal, and destroy, but I am come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. In fact, the Amplified says, to the full till it overflows. But the next verse, in verse 11, says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. So that's the kind of God we serve. He came here with a purpose. Jesus knew his purpose for coming to the earth, and he was very serious about his Father's business. Amen? Let's turn to Luke chapter 4, just a few chapters over. And after 30 years of preparation, here it is, Jesus is about to step into his ministry. After 30 years, he made his formal announcement to the world that he was open for business. And this is in Luke chapter 4, one of my favorite passages of Scripture. He walked into the synagogue of his hometown of Nazareth, and he boldly proclaimed verses 18 and 19. Listen to this. And it says it in the King James. He says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. So here it is, Jesus grew up in this area, but he comes boldly and steps up to the synagogue, takes the Bible, takes the word out to read, and he finds the part where it says this, recognizing that the Spirit of the Lord is upon him for a purpose. Jesus came to the earth with a purpose. You are here today because you have a purpose. God has pulled you here on purpose.
Now available on TotalJDM.org. Watch everything, anywhere, anytime. Go to TotalJDM.org and sign up today.
This media is copyrighted by Jesse Duplantis Ministries for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this media or of any pictures or accounts without Jesse Duplantis Ministries' consent is strictly prohibited.